I thought I would just go over some of the controls here on the pod. First we have the main sheet, which is attached to the traveler here on the floor. Then we have the backstay adjuster. Then we have the jib lead up and down, in and out. Well, this is in, and this is out. And you can see they can be used on either side here. So when you hop onto the other tack, you can simply detach it from the cleat here and pull it over. It'll be functional on that side. And then down here we have the control for the jib furling, which can also be operated from either side. And this runs under, all of these run under deck through a carbon conduit that Gilles made. Now we're trying to keep as much off the deck as we can, but I think you can see we still have a lot of spaghetti up here, and most of this is just the jib sheets that we had put out with the spinnaker and the Code Zero that we were working on the other day, and we just didn't clean it up. So we're trying to keep it as simple as possible, but you can see there's quite a bit of lines spread around here. Here's a nice carbon tiller that Gilles made with this kind of unique attachment for the autopilot, which we still have not completely figured out. Want it to attach onto this fitting down here so that we can pop it on and off whenever you want to hand steer. Here's our outboard attachment point. There's some pretty cool things coming up here on deck. These are the controls that Gilles devised for the jib lead. So we have inboard and outboard control. And everything's being run off of a furling jib. And so there's limited ability to adjust the different size of the sail. But we can adjust the jib leads, and they go in and out, and they go up and down. And this is run also through the deck, goes below deck and then back to the pod control panel. Still haven't fully figured all this out. We've only sailed it one day, but it all seemed to function quite well. Gives you control of the sail shape pretty much from the cockpit. The only reason we had to go on deck was to switch out the Code Zero and the asymmetric spinnaker, which we're running off the sprit here. And this is the furling device for the Code Zero. This is the spinnaker halyard, and here's the tack line. And this tack line is run through and also runs back to the cockpit. And Gilles has put in these interesting stoppers that we use for the line instead of a cam cleat or a clutch. This outer coating constricts when pulled against, and it's released simply by pulling this white line, which increases the diameter of it. But it's amazing how well it holds the halyards and how easy and light it is to use. So we have 3 of those. That one's for the tack line, and then we've got for both the main and the jib halyard, we have that as well up here on the mast. And let's see, what else do we have that's kind of cool. We move the winches back so that they can be operated by the helmsman very easily. So if you're sitting kind of next to the winch there, you can reach down and operate the winch with your right hand, which is real nice. And then we have the blocks for the spinnaker and the Code Zero sheets are being run through these. We've got some ratchet blocks, and then they come back through this point, and then this nice carbon protector. So these can be operated by the person sitting up to windward quite easily. Here we have the twings which control the sheets of the spinnaker and the Code Zero. It's just a way to do further adjustments, one on each side. And that's pretty much it for the sail controls. The furling main, the furling jib is all black in color, and it has vertical battens. It has a really nice shape to it. And then down inside, it's pretty basic. I haven't really fixed much in here, and it's kind of dirty because all of the fiberglass work that's been done in it over the last year or so. So this is just kind of getting in and getting the boat in the water, and it's really not 100% at this point, but it's getting pretty close. So we're going to go race it on Sunday, and hopefully we'll do pretty good. I think if I'm driving and Gilles is doing all of the fairly complicated sail handling, I think we'd do okay. We'll see what happens.